And Extreme Gaming, well, if the illusory op takes it off. Up top though, Paulson tanking a blood grenade, dropping fairly low. They might just have him here, but it's actually down bottom where they get first blood onto the Pangolier. Up top, Paulson dropping really low. Omar, well, doesn't get the kill, but it's Noob with the Shockwave who picks it up. And those are two very early kills going the way of NIGMA Galaxy here in the side lanes. This way. While up top, Army doing okay on the Alchemist, sitting at 10 and 4 on the CS. Paulson's actually going to drop the Tombstone here. Does have stick charges remaining. Army trying to walk in range of the Willow. He will start him up with the Concoction. And Omar might be in some trouble here. They drop the Blood Grenade and they get the kill with the Acid Spray. It's actually Paulson who finds the last right click. Or rather, the last instance of damage with that Blood Grenade. So Jinkyu T-warding his own Observer Ward as GH has no idea what the hell Jinkyu is hitting the entire time. Jinkyu might actually end up falling here. TP's out, but there's a snowball cancel coming in from GH, and I think the Nature's Prophet is dead. Just a solo kill coming out from the Tusk. Not too sure what Jinkyu was trying there. It was literally any other patch of Dota. Sumail would be de facto one of the best mid laners in the world. I think he still is to an extent, but it's just rough sometimes. And up top, Noob, well, his game is also quite rough because Paulson and Ame are making mincemeat of the Magnus. Extra damage. And being a good spot to contest the coming power rune. Down bottom though, they do end up getting the Nature's Prophet with the rotation in from Omar. Paulson's here as well on the Undying and they'll get the Tombstone, so really big losses here for XG, and that is with the position 5 coming in as NIGMA Galaxy making sure that Ghost does not get ganked too much. And smokes out here from NIGMA Galaxy. The power rune did go for Sumail's way. He has a region rune to boot. GH is going to be here for the Wisdom Shrine, and Jinkyu might be in some trouble actually turning things around. Ghost is also going to come in on the Swen. There's a TP coming in from the Puck. They want to try and fight this, but there's the Snowball buying some time, and the AoE damage from the Puck might be a bit too much. As XXS, he's also incredibly tanky and hard to bring down on the Pangolier. But if they can get the Wisdom Shrine, it's going to be worth the while, and the body blocks actually work. Omar steals it away from the hands of XG. And XM is going to tank the Blood Grenade. Sumail looking for the kill, but could not find it. XM's going to be fine. Consistent bursts of damage, so can be pretty difficult for the side of XG to, NIGMA to pressure this out. But as I say that up top, they actually commit the RP, and well, would you know, they actually have the damage to bring down the Alchemist, and Ame is dead, 23 seconds. At least one rune goes the way of the Spark, and arguably one of the better runes as well in the game. XXS though, he is not that easy to kill here. He's got Vanguard and Chainmail. Sumail's trying to do damage with the right click, but he just doesn't do enough. And XXS just shrugs it off. Tis but a flesh wound, he says. But, with the Dark Willow coming in now with the Terrorize and the Bedlam, they do have enough damage. Omar will find the kill. The Vanguard does not block any of that of NIGMA. And that is going to be this Ghost Swen. Paulson has got the Tombstone, and XM, well, he's dropped the Dream Call, even though you don't see it. The leash is there onto the Swen. There's the Snowball save. They're coming in from GH, buying some time. And Ghost might be able to walk away from this. There is a stray zombie chasing him. XM also on the hunt, and it will be Paulson who gets the kill with that Undying zombie in the Tombstone. Sumail's here though, looking for the cleanup, but XM in the meantime is making quick work of GH on the Tusk. He will find the kill, but Sumail gets himself a double as well. NIGMA Galaxy, they lose their carry, but Sumail was able to find 2 off of the back of that, so arguably not that bad of a trade, but losing. Nearly done with the Radiance. 600 gold off of it. And XG continue to make the moves here. Omar, well, gonna be tanking the Dream Coil here, being bought down low. XXS gonna find the kill with the Shield Crash. But he's farming the top part of the map. He will now TP to the Dire Triangle, but in the mid lane he's gonna settle for the Pangolier instead. They're gonna take down XXS. And well, that's the smoke move coming in from NIGMA Galaxy. GH, he tries walking up to the high ground, but Army was there ready with the Radiance and the Unstable Concoction. Takes out the Tusk. Closing in on that Blink Dagger. The Alchemist has liftoff. Paulson gonna pop the Flesh Golem, trying to survive the damage coming in from Omar, but he was a bit too late for the Shadow Realm hit. Ame is gonna pick up the kill in turn. Omar's gonna fall. A 1-for-1 exchange on the supports there. And Ame continues to scale, giving away 2k gold net worth, but that's to be expected when you consider Ghost's score. And XG, well, they're gonna smoke up top. They're gonna try and find XXS on the Bangle here, but it's actually XXS who gets the kill first onto Omar. And now XM looking for more, should probably be able to find GH here. They will drop the coil along with the Spirit Vessel and they get the kill. Noob goes in with the RP and damage rune at the ready, but the Sprout keeping the puck alive, and that RP, well, it was good to look at for sure, but doesn't do all that much. As XG is just gonna walk away with this. They find the two supports, they force out the RP. About a third or a fourth of the way there, but in the mid lane, they pop the Rolling Thunder to try and find Ghost on the Swen. Snowball's coming out from GH though. And Jin-Q might be the one who ends up falling here, and indeed it is him. But oh my god, the jump in from Army, the stun is there. Can Sumail survive? Sumail with a sleight of fist, staying alive for a little while longer, but eventually will fall. As XG, they get one kill in turn. Ghost is gonna pop the God Strength, and the right click is gonna chop down the puck to size. They even get the Alk. Oh, XG, everything has gone horribly wrong here in the mid lane. They were in pursuit of Sumail, but Ghost is the one who gets himself these kills. Double for Ghost. And man, NIGMA Galaxy, they couldn't have asked for anything more. Sure, they lost their Magnus in the Ember, but they found the Alchemist. Down bottom, Ame. Okay, has the Searing Chain, has the, the Chemical Rage to dispel the Searing Chains. Smell. Hanging around though, and well, Ghost is actually going to come in on the swing. They're going to try and take down Ame on the Alch, and they have the damage. They get the kill, and while this was happening, in the mid lane, they also managed to take down the Undying. Noob just gets the kill with the RP, and the Bedlam coming out from Omar. NIGMA striking across the map, and things are going horribly wrong here for the side of XG. Is going to be having it, but TPs are coming in here from the side of NIGMA Galaxy as Sumail sprouted up. There's the skewer back onto the Pangle here as they will fight XXS. No Rolling Thunder in this fight. Dream Coil was dropped, but it was a bit too late from XM. And XG, they're gonna spot on NIGMA Galaxy, and NIGMA have to be very, very careful here. Noob is nowhere close to the top lane. He's gonna start running there, but it might be too little too late. Sumail already dropping extremely low with the Dream Call coming in along with the Spirit Vessel. Ghost pops the God Strength as the BKB is gonna blink in and find Paulson first, but Paulson's actually surviving the Sprout along with the Solar Crest and the Essence Ring. Keeps him alive long enough so that he can get the Tombstone off, but now the BKB comes through from Ghost as he's looking to clean this fight up. There's the RP coming in from Noob. The big spell lands onto 2, and they are gonna be able to find Ame off of the back of this, although Ghost is dropping incredibly low. NIGMA Galaxy, they will buy back on Sumail as Sumail comes in for round number 2, looking to clean up this fight. It's 5 dead here for the side of XG. As Sumail does not hesitate to commit the buyback if that means it's going to get them those kills, and indeed it does, and Tormentor is also going to go the way of NIGMA Galaxy. It's going to be hard to do so. Smoke up there from the side of NIGMA Galaxy. Oh, GH a bit off the mark with the punch there, but they can certainly still find Paulson. They'll get the kill on him. Guess we are here. Looks like the Undying is in some trouble. Sumail on the hunt. He's going to be able to get him. Aegis is out onto the Swen, but Ame is going to jump in on the Alchemist here. Does have a BKB at the ready, and well, there's the RP coming through from Noob. XXS is going to go in here with the Rolling Thunder. Sumail on the run. Nice shots from GH, although doesn't really connect onto anyone. Ghost in the meantime was trying to find the puck. Does have the BKB if need be, and the Dream Call was also committed, so Ghost just going to walk it all off. Spoke about earlier, it's going to be Noob who gets the shard on the Magnus. Although, looks like Omar was found, but the Terrorize keeps him alive for a little while longer, along with the Lotus Orb, and they pop the RP straight on top of Arby's head. Arby's out for the count. They do get the Dark Willow in the end, but it comes at a very heavy cost as they've lost Paulson here. Ghost sprouted up inside the trees, dropping low, but I don't think they've got the damage to take down the Sven. Sumel's just going to clean up the rest of the fight. XXS going to be in some trouble. Snowballs drop. There's the skewer coming in from Noob, and they've got the damage to take down the Pangolier as well. 4 dead here for the side of XG, as NIGMA Galaxy so quick to punish any positioning errors coming in from them. And while all of this is happening, Sumel throwing around a bunch of remnants on the Ember will cancel the TP from Paulson, and Paulson should most certainly be dead here on the Undying. Trying to buy some time with the Outwall staff, but he's dead. Gone for the time being, but they do get the Magnus down bottom. Oh, here's Snowball. This time around they will find Jinkyu. He will not be able to evade the side of NIGMA Galaxy. So they get a bunch of Observer Wards as well. Both being credited to Omar, so although it does get the tier 3 down bottom. And NIGMA Galaxy are going to smoke up. Ame, well, he's going to go in, try and bring down Ghost, but there's this Hot Toss coming in along with the RP. They want to try and take down this Alchemist. But Ghost, this side is up. He will finally pop the God Strength, throw out the Storm Hammer, pops the Satanic and goes back up to full. Ghost just going to try and walk this off here while XXS rolls around on the Pangolier. As Ghost, looking for some targets here, will eventually get the Pangolier, thanks to the Horn Toss coming in from Noob once again, channeling his inner collapse. As Sumel is going to catch out Paulson yet again here onto the Undying. The Undying, not long for this roll, but Sumel has to be careful. There's a lot of damage coming out onto him, but there's the Horn Toss again, catching out the fuck. XM down for the count, but he will pop the buyback. And oh no, Ame, he has to be very, very careful here. Does have the buyback at the ready, but if he dies now, could be incredibly problematic. No more God Strength onto Ghost and NIGMA Galaxy. Well, Sumel has bailed for the time being, but he's got a Remnant to come back in if need be. Ame has some time remaining now on that Chemical Rage, but it is running out pretty soon. They're going to jump back in, and now the Chemical Rage has run out, and so has Ame's life. They'll get the kill while Sumel cleans up the backline. Finds Jinkyu and the Nature's Prophet. Paulson also dropping low. No more Remnants at the ready, but GH is there once again with the kick. This man just doing God's work on the Tusk. You probably can still force the issue here if you're NIGMA Galaxy, and indeed Ghost is going to pop the God Strength, try and take down the mid-tier 3 XXS. He's going to go in with the Rolling Thunder. Ghost has the BKB coming back up again. Ame TP's in, but where the hell is he TP'd into? Could be in a lot of trouble, but there's the Unstable Concoction coming out from him. Ghost has to be very careful because he does not have the Aegis this time around, and Sumel's dropping low, but there's Noob with the RP. Can they actually get Ame? No, Ame gets saved. There's the Undying Tombstone coming in as Paulson buys time for the Alchemist. The Alchemist will get the Sven. Sumel buying back, but he's going to instantly TP out on the Ember after coming back to this fight. As NIGMA Galaxy going to cut their losses short and get the hell on out of the Dire base. It's a lot of buybacks committed from XG, but down. As XM continues to just go in time and time again, but this time around, Noob catches him out with the Horn Toss and the Skewer, although Pangolier was there to disrupt the Skewer midway. Ghost pops the BKB and the God Strength, but doesn't really find all that much. Now Jinkyu's going to come in. Well, there's the Sprout coming through. Trees are going to get cut here. BKB not available for the Sven as he breaks the coil. While Ame goes to town on the rest of the NIGMA Galaxy members. NIGMA Galaxy actually dropping low. There's no buyback on Omar or the Magnus. Noob is down for 80 seconds and Sumel's dropping low. He doesn't have buyback either. What on earth have NIGMA Galaxy done? It's grants over a couple of Aghanim Scepters to his team. Getting some bonus damage in the meantime. Slight of Searing Chains coming out onto the Puck. The Puck might be in some trouble, rooted up here, but the phase shifts are so goddamn amusing. This Puck just out of the world and into the ether half the time. There's the recoil though, coming out onto 4 heroes. Absolutely huge from XM. Snowball comes in. Noob forced to use the RP defensively onto a Nature's Prophet while Ghost tries to clean out the Pangolier, but again another save comes in from Paulson. He keeps the Pangolier alive. There's the Refresher Orb coming through. XXS looking for the second Rolling Thunder, but will not have it. And finally Noob pops the Refresher Orb, gets the RP out onto Ame. Ame's dropping low. Ame's dead. 120 seconds, does have the buyback as Ghost will get the clean up. Sumel comes back into the fight. as they pop a bunch of buybacks here. But now that you don't have the glyph, things are going to get troublesome. And you can easily take out this set of racks here if you coast. Paulson, he actually blinks in like a madman. What the fuck? He's dead without buyback. What on earth was that? Okay, well, Arme comes back in. He's got the BKB. This is his buyback as he tries to take down Sumail, but Sumail has the Ethereal Blade, no nullifier, so you cannot really dispel it off. Another Ethereal Blade flying too, this time around an offensive one onto Sumail, slowing him down, but XM just playing with his food in the meantime. Keeps NIGMA Galaxy preoccupied, but man, Paulson, what on earth was that? Just got the Dream Call coming back up in another 20 seconds. They're going to TP back to their base here. Hoping maybe to find someone moving up, and well, Coast and Nubar potentially looking for a pick-off here, but look at the jump in coming in from XM. His spidey senses tingle. He knew that there was a chance that they could be there. They've taken down Noob. He's got no buyback. Coast. Does he have his? Yes, he does, but he might just end up dying here. The once pops the BKB. Satanic is out. He needs to pop the God Strength though, but he cannot do so. We'll hold on to it for the time being as he gets taken down. The Tusk in some trouble. They're going to find GH as well. NIGMA Galaxy falling apart at the seams, and it's all thanks to this man on the puck. XM playing like an absolutely rabid dog. How the hell did he know that NIGMA Galaxy were there? Well, there's the phase shift coming in again as the Hex is out onto the puck. Can they actually find him though? Well, I hear God Strength being popped. Where is Coast? Coast is still inside his base. And there's a Dream Call coming in as XM is just toying with the NIGMA Galaxy support. Omar is down for 120 seconds without buyback. Sumail's going to be forced to pop the BKB in the meantime, trying to make short work of the enemy supports, but the Crimson Guard keeping the supports alive on the side of XG. And now Sumail has to run. His Refresher Orb is gone. His buyback is available. Okay, Sumail, he's actually going to jump in, but there's the Abyssal Blade coming in from Army. Can they actually chain stun up Sumail? Sumail given the war cry. Green Coil dropped upon him, pops the BKB in the E-Blade. He's going to be fine. RP's out, but it's only on to Jinkyu in the backlines. Ghost popping the BKB and the God Strength. The banner is going to be taken down here. Helm of the Undying available, but Jinkyu will eventually fall. 124 seconds. Does have the buyback if need be. There's a second RP coming through. It is out onto the Pangolier. The Pangolier dropping really low, but the Rolling Thunder is still going on. He's going to be fine. Rolling on out of there. Keep rolling, baby. And man, Paulson, he's going to go back in, drop the Tombstone, but the Helm of the Undying is going to keep him alive for a little while longer as he tries to bring down Ghost, but he will eventually fall. There's two Tombstones now laid on the ground as Sumail looks towards the Alchemist Army in the backline, completely out of mana, dropping really low, but he's still tanky and hard to kill. Eventually might just fall to the Necronomicon. Yes, he will. The Aegis runs out. And Army is going to come back for life number 2. But again, it's the Dream Coil out here by the puck. Sumail going to pop the BKB along with the Ethereal Blade, trying to survive this. And now Army, he's focusing the throne. The Radiant Ancient, it's going to go down and it's going to beat XG, who take the game. NIGMA Galaxy, they tried so hard for so long, but XG just persevered through. Respectively. NIGMA Galaxy, on the other hand, well, they've got a slightly slower paced lineup. You've got Sumail. No points in the Conjure Image, interestingly enough. Actually opting for the... Or sorry, no points in the Reflection. I mean, he does have a point in the Conjure Image, which is very interesting. As Jinkyu up top is the one who gets first blood. They take out the Elder Titan. Noob, in the meantime, done with the Power Treads and the Null Talisman along with the Bracer. Up top, though. Ghost. She's gonna get fouled by XXS, and that's what happens. You leave this Drow Ranger alone. When Timbersaw has a 6, she's gonna be fodder. And Sumail, he's gonna make it up top, but he doesn't have RP here for a while. Who are they even looking to find on NIGMA Galaxy? I'm confused. GH, in fact, he's probably gonna end up dying here, but there's Sumail coming in with the Shockwave and the Skewer. Can they find XXS? XXS, juking, jiving, looking for GH, but he is gonna fall. Jinkyu a bit too late to the party. Sumail's rotation does work out in the end, as they get the kill onto the Timbersaw. GH and Sumail. 10 minutes in, still looking for the Blink Dagger. Has the RP though. They can probably find XXS here on the Timbersaw. They know he's here. Sumail Smoke is gonna break, looking for the Skewer next. Will commit the RP first. Hold on to the Skewer for now, and well, secures the kill with it. And that's gonna be him getting pretty close to finishing the Blink Dagger. Galaxy, well, question is, you're gonna commit enough to hold on to this tier 1, and I think they don't have what it takes. Arme comes in, pops the Metamorphosis, and they're gonna have the kill, and Noob has to be careful too. He doesn't have the Vanguard just yet, so he's not as tanky as he might think. Shield Rune popped by the Primal Beast, so no chance Sumail actually thinks about securing him there, but Omar might be in some trouble here on the Dark Willow. Tried to run away, but the damage is there. XM gets the kill with the Trample. I guess didn't feel comfortable taking that Ancient stack, so actually were able to go in, but Jinkyu's in with the Blink Dagger. He's got a Blink Dagger done by 12 minutes. Ridiculous timings, but somehow GH lives through it all. With 25 HP to boot, they drop the rock, but the rest of NIGMA Galaxy on retreat as Noob nearly takes down the Primal Beast, so they committed 2 big ultimates, and they lost the Shadow Shaman in the process. Huge losses here for XG. And Sumail has the Blink now on the Magnus, so if they are quick about this, they could potentially find Ghost here, but Omar's the one who comes in, offers his life up for the cause, and well, he's gonna get taken down here by XM. Gets the kill. Ghost will get the Wisdom Shrine though. So NIGMA Galaxy, they do his Aghanim Scepter. TP's coming into the top lane. XXS has to be careful. There's a Terrorize out from Omar. He might just be able to get the kill here. Swallows out the Shadow Realm hit, but the damage was not there. And now Noob actually caught between the Serpent Wards and the Pulverize coming through, cancelling the RP constantly. They will commit the Golem. Noob is he gonna fall? The Shadow Word taking him out. XM will find the kill with the Onslaught. Jinkyu in the meantime duking it out with the Rhinoceros come Elephant. And well, the Rhinoceros wins. The Chicken does not. Sumail gets himself a killing spree. And Arme has to be a bit careful down bottom. NIGMA Galaxy are closing in for him, but Omar's going to be found first. He actually goes into the Shadow Realm after the Hex. That is extremely weird. Never seen that interaction before, but Sumail, he's going to find the Chicken. Served him as Rotisserie Chicken.
In the vicinity of Dire's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat. That baby is coming down.
Drow Ranger's not exactly the fastest farming hero in Dota, so you're going to have to make some plays with her to get something going, but the amount of gap close that XG have is just absolutely insane. Well, there's the Guts coming through. Gonna cancel out the Pulverize, and they might just be able to find XM here. They drop the Golem. The Timbersaw comes in. XXS has got a full BKB. He's certainly gonna find Omar, but can he find more here? That's the question. Sumail looking to be next. Earth Splitter dropped off the mark. XXS will stay alive, looking for the Chakram. Oh, Sumail somehow lives, but not long enough. The Splinters from the Timber Chain get the kill as XXS looking for more, but GH is able to walk it off. Ghost finds the kill with the right clicks. It's a 3-for-2 exchange here, and that's exactly what NIGMA Galaxy were looking for. Sure, you gave up your mid laner, but he got... And well, shard goes the way of GH as Spirit Gates over. XM's here though. Oh, and they're looking for it. That's a nice 4-man Fatal Waltz to start things off. Hex is out onto the Bristleback. They're going to control him up with the help of the Shackles. XXS goes in with the BKB on the Timbersaw, looking for Ghost, and Ghost, he's got no friends whatsoever. Hurricane fights to the low ground, but there's Paulson with the rock, and they will find the Drow Ranger. They also lost Omar in the meantime. And the only survivors of that massacre are the Bristleback, the Magnus, and the ET. Sure, you got the shot if you're NIGMA Galaxy, but you have to give up your carry for that. If he's channeling his inner RTs, he can maybe even dodge out the RP. Well, we'll see. Hey, just if Arme is able to do that. There's the Horn Toss coming in. Hurricane Pike is out. There's a Sleep coming through. Arme feared up. Arme in some trouble. They drop the RP. It catches out the Timbersaw as well, who's got the Axe. Omar's gonna fall for this, and Sumail might also take a bunch of damage, but it's actually Noob who tanks the front of it. The Solar Crest coming in from Paulson, keeping the Timbersaw healthy. Pulverized in by XM as they try and take down Noob. Chains a bit off the mark. XM doesn't have the BKB. He's strapped between the wards. And they're going to be able to find him. Jinkyu is dead as well. Way near his team. If they get the jump here on the right target, it could be huge. And they found Noob here on the Bristleback. They're going to drop the Chakram. Earth Splitter's out from GH trying to hold on to Noob's life. But Noob is dropping very, very low. XM goes in with the Trample, and there is the Whirling Death. Slices down the Bristleback. The Porcupine has been killed. And GH was trapped up by the Serpent Wards, but the Force Staff will keep it taking now. I don't think both teams know that. Okay, well, there's the Co-Scepter out from the Primal Beast. No chance to pop the BKB for XM. They clean him up. Sumail commits the RP. And that should be Rosh going the way of NIGMA Galaxy. I highly doubt that plop them on the high ground and let the siege creep do the work along with his right clicks. As they try and take down the melee racks here. XM, well, he's gonna go in, pulverizes a creep instead of Ghost, and that might actually have done the trick. In fact, the Lotus Orbit could not reflect it because the pulverize was used on a creep. Life number 2 for Ghost though. Let's see if he can actually survive this. No, they drop the goal of the damage. This is a bit too much. They can't stop their draw from dying as NIGMA Galaxy lose Ghost. He's down for 80 seconds and it's full retreat for the rest of the NIGMA members as they try to run away from the big bad Terrorblade. Reflections out, but Army can't. Vision is going to determine everything. And well, Noob's gonna go in, break the smoke, it's gonna get instantly turned into a chicken. There's the BKB along with the pulverize on top of Sumail Magnus. There's the follow-up coming in from the Shackles along with the Refresher Orb and the BKB from XM. They take down Magnus the once, but he's got buyback as XM charges forward with the BKB. No Ghost Scepter for him. They need to keep this Primal Beast alive, but he is gonna fall. Noob pops the BKB, runs away. XXS trying to go forward and find the kill. He's gonna pop the Refresher Orb. Got round number 2 of the BKB and the Aghanim Scepter. They also find Omar in the meantime, who will buy back. It was Army who's been collecting heads and collecting these kills, and with those BKBs, the XG are going to be satisfied. And the buy is with it. Smell. Looking for a target. He's going to go in. Horn tosses out on 2. He found the Warlock along with the Timber Sword. There's the RP. But where's the follow-up damage? Where is Ghost? Ghost is nowhere to be found. He's nowhere around here. Now Ghost is going to show up, but there's the pulverize out onto Sumail, who's got the Aegis and the Refresher Shot. Good rock throw coming in from the Primal Beast. It catches out Omar. Omar will fall. He does not have buyback. 80 seconds down for the count. XXS with the BKB and Reactive Armor Bomb. Trying to get on top of Ghost, who has the BKB, will finally commit it. Jinkyu controlling up the Magnus in the meantime while Ame comes in, looking to do some work, but Ame can't find a target. Finally, he's going to turn his attention towards the Bristleback, who is going to fall low. Ghost actually died. It's going to be a buyback coming in from him. Sumail with the BKB going to drop. No buyback on Sumail as well. Noob's going to buy back in this game to try and hold on to their axes. But XG, they might have just blown this game apart as NIGMA potentially mega creeps here because Sumail is still dead for 40. And you don't have buybacks. I cannot stress this enough. With the Demon's Eel, he's going to go back in as well. There's the BKBs coming in. XM, he's got down the Drow Ranger, who does not have buyback. XXS holds himself up in the air. Ghost disengages with the Hurricane Pike and the BKB. In the meantime, Jinkyu controlling up Noob, but there's the BKB coming out from Noob. Noob's going to be okay for the time being now. But Arme, he's focusing on the objective, eyes on the prize, but there's the Glyph. Buying out some time. Sumail 8 seconds away from coming back into this game, but Arme wants to get the racks before that. Can he actually find it? The Serpent Wards just need to get one more hit and they will get mega creeps. Coast buyback is on cooldown, but he doesn't have the gold for it. Noob does have the gold for it, but his is still on cooldown. And GH does not have his buyback for another 2 minutes, so it's going to be a very difficult hold here for the side of NIGMA Galaxy. They're going to have to throw everything they have and the kitchen sink. And well, Ghost, he's going to be public enemy number 1, but he pops the BKB and he's going to be fine with the Hurricane Pike for the time being. Timbersaw on the front lines, popping the BKB as they get Omar on the Dark Willow. Instant buyback coming out from him. They've dropped the banner along with the Serpent Wards. Somebody needs to clean this up. Might actually have to be Noob, but XXS in the meantime is looking towards GH. GH dropping loads, but GH is going to be fine. Walks back to the fountain, but there's a skewer back coming in from Sumail. But my god, that Timber Chain is long, and XXS is out of the dire fountain. XM goes in with the pulverize, gets himself a double kill. He's even going to find the Dark Willow. It's the mid laner of XG doing the work. Sumail desperately trying to skewer someone back into the fountain, but it's not enough. XM's gonna go back in, looking to try and take down Drow, but the throne has fallen, the game is over, and NIGMA's time in PGL Wallachia has come to an end.